Alright guys, it's celebration because we are at 100th. Oh my god, I have so many fucking videos. But yeah, we're at 100 top 10 or top 5 videos. And I wanted to do this one special. I didn't just want to do any old top 5, top 10. We're going to do top 10 best games of all time. And we're not just going to have Whitey's opinion because that list would be just too boring and it would take too much time for me to figure it out. So what I did is gather the 7 Dragon Balls, or in this case, the awesome 7 people on YouTube who also make awesome videos that you can check on the link below, and ask them what's their favorite game. And then we're going to combine that to make the top 10 best games that you got to play. So without any further ado, you're going to see a couple of my choices sprinkled throughout and my friends. So let's get to it.
Halo Combat Evolved is not only one of the best games I've ever played, but it's probably the most I've ever played a video game. I wore out my Xbox original disc. It is completely trash. You can't even play it anymore. It would not load last time I wanted to play it. But luckily I got a new one, so I got to play it more. This is a game I just played so much of when I was younger with a bunch of my friends. I played the campaign and co-op, hard, legendary, all the modes, over and over again. I love the story. It is a very simple but very effective sci-fi story, and it is a great beginning to a great trilogy of games. And really, the game just got more and more refined in the multiplayer and campaign and gameplay every time a new one would come out. So Halo Combat Evolved is the game that I hold in my heart as my favorite game of all time. Love it.
For me, one of the best games I ever played was Halo 2, and despite the footage I'm showing that's the single player, which I thought was just pretty good, the online for Halo 2 was revolutionary. I spent I can't even tell you how many weeks I played this game with my buddy from high school. It really changed online gaming for me. I just couldn't stop playing with the very well done glitches that were probably not on purpose, but everybody loved to use, to the pretty good balance of weapons and also the great maps. Halo 2 was simply beautiful and easy to see why it's one of the best games I ever played.
Now this was a really hard decision to pick my favourite game of all time. I wasn't allowed to say a trilogy. But I'm still going to go with Mass Effect. Even though I can't choose all 3 games in this category, I'm going to go with the first Mass Effect because it gave birth to the other 2 games in the amazing franchise that is Mass Effect. When I first sat down with this game, it was one of the first games I played with a voiced protagonist. I played as FemShep, Jennifer Hale was awesome, the world was fantastic, I got to fly my own spaceship, and nothing felt better than hitting that reporter in the face. And well, have you met Garrett? This game is one of the best games ever.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is easily one of the best games to come out in the last decade or so. It is a sequel to the immensely successful Kingdom Hearts 1. It takes the idea of Square Enix and Disney properties and combines them more effectively than ever. It has created a franchise which has moved countless generations of people from both children to adults. And from its unique gameplay to its fantastic story to the multitude of different worlds that you can explore and encounter, amongst the immense plethora of Disney and Square Enix characters that you can meet and befriend and fight against, this game is easily one of the high points of the gaming industry. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the best games to come out ever.
You know, I really do love Last of Us, and I was going to put it on this list because I think that it has better multiplayer than the Uncharted series, but Uncharted 2 is such a special game for me. When I played it, I put it into my system, and I wasn't just blown away. I was sucked in and played that shit for 10 hours straight. It was absolutely the upgrade you want in every sequel, and it just drove me to keep going and going, and I played through it 3 times, and that's probably why I don't have the HD collection just yet in my collection, but I really did love this game. It is easy to see why it's one of the best games with a fantastic voice cast, and also the amazing set pieces that made gaming step their shit up in movie experience, and also, of course, the lovable Drake. So Uncharted 2 is definitely on my list.
The World Ends With You is by far the greatest handheld RPG I've ever played in my entire life. The style alone is something to commend, but the gameplay is on another level. You take the role of Neku, a rebel who is fighting for his life. Literally. That's as far as I go for spoilers. You're forced into playing a set of games that take place within the Shibuya district, which you find yourself teaming up with other characters that are controlled via the D-pad in battle, while Neku is simultaneously used on the bottom touchscreen. Probably the most unique battle system in any RPG. Getting used to the combat takes a lot of work, but over time, it is possible. The story plays out very much like a visual novel with a lot of twists that can be found in that genre. Did I mention how amazing the music is in this game? Square, please give us a sequel. I'll do anything.
Hey there, I'm the Gamertron of the Gamertron Show, and my favorite video game of all time is Divinity Dragon Commander. Do you like fantasy? Do you like steampunk mechs? Most importantly, do you like dragons with jetpacks attached to them? Well then believe me, this is the game for you. Divinity Dragon Commander effortlessly combines several different mechanics from several different video game genres, throws them all together, and create a very special and unique video game. It has many aspects of an RTS, real-time strategy, building a base, building an army, of steampunk mechs. Real-time strategy not really your thing? That's okay, you can play it as more of a board game or card game. Sending units across a huge map to take over areas, using special cards to buff yourself and debuff your enemies. Maybe you just want to play the game as a third-person action game. Then play as the aforementioned dragon with a jetpack attached to them, flying around and using a variety of abilities to take out hordes of enemies. And finally, if you are interested in a unique fantasy story with a variety of colorful fantasy-esque characters, and having to make several important story choices, Divinity Dragon Commander is one of those games with a little bit of something for everybody.
So far this list is pretty diverse if you couldn't tell, but one game I know not a lot of people will list, but some love so much, and I'm with you there, is Persona 4, and it's because it's just so magical. It gives you characters you really fall in love with and want to root for, and really develop the story and get to find out the mystery at the same time of having really solid turn-based RPG feelings, and the animation and the beautiful set design and everything are just so perfect. So I really enjoy Persona 4, and while I do love a lot of RPGs, both Japanese and Western, this has to be my favorite Japanese RPG of all time, so it's definitely got to be on my list.
Trying to pick my favorite game of all time is pretty hard, but so it was asked, and so I'm gonna think, and the first thing that pops into my head is obviously Resident Evil 2. I was scared to death of zombies as a child, but when I saw Resident Evil 1, I knew I had to get into the genre and play this game. Lo and behold, Resident Evil 2 came out and blew Resident Evil 1 away. It was great. It had 2 scenarios. It was scarier. It looked better. And now they're remaking it for the future. So yes, Resident Evil 2 takes my game of all time. Yeah.
The number one game for me of all time is Mass Effect 2. Let me do a little short story for you guys. I absolutely love this game. I put it in, the opening scene happened. I got this game 2 days early, and oh my god, I couldn't even talk about it till it came out. This game made me weep tears because it was just such an amazing game that really drove it home for me. All the characters you get to meet, all the choices you have to make, and the great shooting advancements from the first game. On top of that, more world building and big time character development for all the new characters and old. I couldn't get enough of this game. When I finished, I was like, I gotta play again, and I played it about 6 times. It's simply one of the greatest games, if not the best game of all time for me, and I'm gonna give it the number 1 spot. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you guys so much who participated in this for sending me your audio clips. I hope you liked your section there. I tried to edit it nice. Everybody who's watching, I really hope that you enjoyed it. Everybody here has such diversity in their list that I had to do it this way because it was so much more fun. So I hope you really enjoyed it. And of course, the biggest thing is list your favorite game below. You can list the top 10, top 5, or just your favorite game of all time. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button. If you liked any of these people who were here, go click the info button. I have most of their channels there. And everybody, have a good day. Whitey out!